Welcome back to TV5 News at 9. This morning we are talking with a local author, a real treat, all about her new book. Joining us this morning is Jamie DeCaleta. Thank you so much for being here, Jamie. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Okay, so this book is all about coping with the loss of a loved one. Tell us a little bit about how this came about for you.
Well, that specific year, I had lost several family members for different reasons, and it was actually the first time in my life as an adult where I had a child old enough to know what was going on. And I really got to thinking after I helped her through that I could do that for other people. I think grief is one of the times where, as a friend or a loved one, you don't know what to say to the other person. You don't always know what to say to your kids. And I thought, if I could put that in writing in a form where everybody could use it and get it out there and help people that way, that would be wonderful. And I had no idea what I was doing. I just set out to do it and figured it out along the way. It took about a year, and then I got it out there. And it's really helped a lot of people. I love hearing from the readers.
Yeah, you know, Jamie, right now, kids are hearing so much about death and death rates and how many people are dying with this pandemic. It's really timely right now.
Yeah, that's another reason why I set out really determined right now. It's such a heavy thing for children just to hear about, and so many are experiencing it too. And it's heavy for the parents too when they're grieving and they don't know what to say, and sometimes you just don't have the words. And I think this is so helpful, and it's not just I purposely wrote it to be enlightening and to allow you to grieve, but also inspire you and feel good. And the best way I can describe it is it is like a hug in a book. It's intentionally short and just sweet, and you can go back to it over and over again. You know, holidays too. Holidays are so hard on people when they've lost somebody. The first holiday, even the second, third, or fourth.
Yeah.
And so it is something you can keep going back to, and I thought that's long-lasting and helpful, and that's why I did it.
Yeah, Jamie, talk to me about why you believe, what's next when someone passes away?
I believe there's a wonderful place you go, and your loved ones are all around you at all times, and I've felt that since I was a little girl. And I really teach my kids to, believe whatever their mind thinks, but also to help them by comforting them, knowing that their loved ones don't just go away. Like, they don't just disappear. They are somewhere watching over you, and also somewhere healthy, not in pain. And also this book encourages people to still live, because that's what your loved ones would want you to do. Still live like they're around you. Live like you're living for them. And that's kind of just what's always been in my head my whole life. So it's hard to explain.
No, I totally understand. And like, you want the kids to know you can still talk to your loved ones. They're still there. They're not, they don't just disappear. So how can this book really help kids understand and process death, Jamie?
I think because they see it as a finality in life, that they're never going to see that person again, or they don't know where they went. And I think it helps to give them a visual of there's another place. They're just not right here with you. They can come in. There's lots of symbolism in the book. They can be around in nature, and they can show up and give you a sign. A lot of people know about cardinals showing up. I really believe that to be true. I've had so many experiences that are amazing, that just fill my heart, where a cardinal will show up, or a song that your loved one always loved and listened to. And all those signs and experiences I share with my kids, and I show them, like, look, that they're still here, and they've handled things really healthily. And I think that speaks volumes too. They get sad when it happens, and they also are happy to know that their loved ones are still around.
Well, tell us about the impact that this book has really made on the community, Jamie.
Oh my gosh, hearing from people who have gotten it, there's so many different stories, and that has to be the greatest gift that I've ever received. There was a woman who lost a baby, and she reached out to me and she said, "You not only just gave me a comfort I couldn't find anywhere, but you gave me hope to try again." And her husband was saying the same thing. It was actually an in-person, it's a long story, but it was an in-person encounter, and that changed my life forever. Just you do these things in hopes to have that impact with people and to help, but it stretches far beyond what I could have imagined. And hearing about little kids who've lost their grandparents, or recently a little girl lost her dad in a car accident, and after she got the book, she was carrying it around smiling, and that was her favorite book. And just countless stories from people that I cry messy cry every time.
Well, where can someone find What's Next?
It's sold solely on my website and through me, so it's sent out safely and everything, especially during now, if there are any concerns of safety. And I get it out as soon as I can. Right now, I know the post office is really overwhelmed, but typically it takes a day or two to receive it. My website is JamieDCaleda.whatsnext.com, which is super long, so but that's the address I have. And they can also share on my website. There's a blog section if you want to memorialize your loved one, and that's what I like about that section too. Obituaries can tend to be so formal, and I wanted a space for people to actually share the fun stories. I've shared some of my own about the people that we've lost, and the good stuff, the good stuff, the memories.
Thank you again, Jamie, for stopping by. We appreciate it. If you want any more information about Jamie's book, What's Next, we have all the information in the hot link section of WNEM.com.